On November 8th, 2024, the IDF put out this horrific announcements that unfortunately in those times we have daily, sometimes more than this, saying that in October 26th, 2024, Master Sergeant Guy Shabtay, may Hashem revenge his blood, of Jerusalem was seriously wounded in a heroic battle against enemy forces in southern Lebanon. Despite the doctor's efforts and dedication, after intense 2 weeks battle for his life, Guy surrendered to his wounds on November 8th, becoming the sixth fatality from the same battle. That was the announcements of the army, like they announce every fallen soldier. Guy's story, fascinating story, started 39 years before. Guy grew up in Ramat Gan to a hard-working family with no connection to Yiddishkeit. Found meaning only in one thing, which is soccer. He was very good at what he did, and he became a star player in the youth local team in Ramat Gan. After the army, his coach wanted him to pursue professional career as a soccer player. But Guy, being who he was, explained to the coach that because he doesn't have any ability to get any support from his close family, he needs to have a profession in his head. So he wanted to pursue his career in math in university. The coach came with a very interesting idea, and he told him, maybe you will go and apply to an American college to play soccer and get a scholarship to learn math at the same time. After a long search, they found out that the Valparaiso, Indiana University is looking for a soccer player. He flew in and got accepted in full scholarship to Valparaiso, Indiana University. Meanwhile, the university asked to be in a community college for 1 semester to get his English better. So they didn't know they didn't know anybody in the area, so they called the Sukhnut HaYehudi, the JNF, and they asked for connection to get into to get a boarding by a Jewish family. Long story short, they put him in a family that was not so Jewish. The mother was a J2J, if somebody knows what is this, and she wanted an Israeli guy to ask him questions because she did not believe that what she knows it's maybe right. So Guy came in. Of course, he didn't know anything, but she asked him all these questions. Sure, they will get an answer. From these questions and his curiosity and search for truth, he got into some kiruv organizations in the area, asking them the question in order to answer her, and started his journey back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, back to the Torah. Through his 3 years in Valparaiso, he came a lot to Chicago. He learned, he made himself a bar mitzvah, learned how to lane because his mother is Yemenite and her family is a little bit from. So he decided, and he looked like a Yemenite, so he decided to be a Yemenite. He taught himself how to lane like a Yemenite, and he made himself a bar mitzvah. Then he went to Eretz Yisrael, to Machon Meir, dedicated his life to learn Torah, got married. In a big Mesirut Nefesh, when he had a second kid, and he did not want to leave the Beit Midrash, he went and he washed all the Chadrei Madrigot, the common areas of like 10 buildings in his block in order to support himself, that he can continue learning. When his third girl was born, he found out he cannot do this anymore, so he went to teach. And he was teaching math and English in a school, and the rest of every moment, he sat and learned Torah. Guy had a huge passion to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a huge passion to Eretz Israel. If he once says that he doesn't need a car, he has a korkenet and he has a big backpack, he can do all the shopping in Machane Yehuda with his korkenet, but he really wants a car, if he wants a car, for show his kids Eretz Israel and make trips. A guy always had some, a nut, a fruit, something in his pocket, and whenever you met him, he says, first make a bracha, and he would give you this fruit to make a bracha. Full of love to Hashem, full of love to Torah, full of love to mitzvot, full of love to every Jew and every person he ever met. I knew him personally. The last time I got a message from him was 3 days or 4 days before he got wounded, which was Simchat Torah, exactly a year after the war started, and telling me that he made a whole trip back home and back to Lebanon in order to bring Arba Minim, and this Arba Minim used the whole area in Lebanon that he was, because it was the only Arba Minim there. The pictures he sent me from Lebanon was not of a battle. The picture he sent me in Lebanon was where him sitting on a table and teaching Torah to the soldiers in the time that they had between one action to the other. So, Al Pi Hashem Yachanu, Al Pi Hashem Yisau, when you go, park and continue, all Al Pi Hashem, you're really a Kadosh. So that was Guy Shabtay, Hashem Yikom Damo.